last class's thing because I had to leave to go to my son's field day, which
How was that?
I sat in a truck.
Did you? Why?
Wow.
Because they were near I got a parking space right near their tent. So I just sat in the truck. He came over there.
You weren't married to this woman, huh? You can't stand in
I
the
know.
patch of grass next
No, she was surrounded by all my family members that stabbed me in the back. So I didn't give nothing. It would have started something really bad. I would have went over there and said something to him, and I wasn't going to do that. I would have walked up to him and said, "Hey, Karen."
We need to have a discussion about this after class.
Hey, spineless family members. That's what I would have
You
said.
want some pimento cheese and Ritz crackers?
No, thank you.
I mean, it's really good pimento cheese.
I
think you're
appreciate
much-
it.
What's that?
I'm sorry. I'm
They call
sorry.
me potato cheese.
Let me give you that number, and this is for everybody. Two numbers that you should always remember when you're at Tri-County Tech and taking math courses with Mylabsplus. All right. One number is the help desk, and that is for anything related to Tri-County Tech. Don't call down there with attitude because they're computer people. They can give you an attitude right back and not get fired. So don't call down there thinking that they owe you something. Call down there professionally, and they'll treat you professionally. 646-1779. That's anything to do with your passwords at Tri-County Tech, anything to do with your email account at Tri-County Tech, anything to do with Blackboard at Tri-County Tech, anything to do with registration at Tri-County Tech. It does not include your advisor. Okay? The next number is the help desk for Mylabsplus. Now, the reason I'm telling you this one is because some of you might have used the, I'm looking it up, just give me a second. Some of you may have used the, what is it, the
900.
the grace period. The grace period, and if you use the grace period, then, and you use it up, then you will have to be reactivated because Mylabsplus basically deactivates you after you've used up the 14 days or 21 days or whenever. So before you plug in your access code, you have to call them and you have to be reactivated because the thing's not going to help. 1-888, and this is the new number I got. That's why I had to look it up. 883, and it just disappeared. 883-1299, and they will help you with being reactivated. Now that's if you used up your access code days. Like if it's 14 days and you used up 14 days, then Mylabsplus will automatically deactivate you. Okay, so write down those two numbers and you'll have those. Okay? Thank you for reminding me about that. All right. Now I'm going to pull up some of the homework problems and we'll look at some of those. How this is going to look, because sometimes this book, I don't like this book. 6C, I'm going to pull up, well, we've already covered 6A and 6B. I'd like to go over 6C homework because it's got the stuff in it that, and I'm going to pull up homework questions that look like test questions. So if I see one that looks like a test question, I'm going to let you know. Another thing, this book has a tendency to have 15-part questions in your homework. They will not be on your test, okay? The most parts that will be on your test will be like 3 parts. I did not put 15, and I don't agree with putting those homework questions on there, so just take them with a grain of salt. If you can muster through them and get them correct for your homework grade, that's great, and it's good practice for the test. But I will not put a 15-part question.
Because if you miss one thing, you have to go back.
Yeah.
The whole thing over again.
So I will not put that on the test. All right, this is a test question. It says, considering the following three distributions, all of which are drawn to the same scale, identify the two distributions that are normal. Well, that would be A and B, because this is skewed what? Skewed right. It's always the opposite. Skewed right means that all your data is on the left-hand side of center. That means the tail is on the right, skewed right. So the normal two are A and B, where A has the larger standard deviation. Why does it have the larger standard deviation?
Because looser.
It's looser. Exactly. Good. It's not tight. Tight means this one. Loose means this one. Slop. So that's your answer there. So that's a test question. Very simple. State whether you would expect the following data set to be normally distributed or not. Scores on a statistic exam. Well, this is a vague question. I probably would not put this one on a test because it's so vague. It doesn't say anything about the teacher. It doesn't say anything about the students. It doesn't say the students are lazy. It doesn't say the teacher is lazy. It doesn't say the teacher is great.
It says the exam's easy, though.
What does it say?
Scored on easy statistics.
Easy. Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, thank you. Easy, that does give it away. Easy means that most of the scores are going to be which way? Right of center or left of center?
Right.
Right. All the scores are going to be high.
Oh.
It's easy. You see? So all the scores are going to be high. 90s, 80s, and 80s is left of 70. What's average? 70. So I would say not normally distributed. It'd be skewed left because all the scores are going to be to the right because it's easy. The key word there is easy. What if it said difficult?
Maybe not normal.
All the scores would be what of center? Where's your failing grades? To the left.
Hello?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I heard one person say left.
So
So
an easy exam would be normally distributed even though they're skewed.
what'd you say?
You said the answer is normally distributed even though they would be skewed.
Well, it starts off with a normal, it's normally distributed or not. That's what the question's asking. If it's normally distributed or not.
So it can be normal even if it's not in the center.
No. Normally is when the bell curve is in the center.
So this is not normally
It's
distributed.
not normal. That's why, oh, sorry, not normally. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, you hit that and it's right. It should be right. Yeah. Because it's easy or difficult. Now, what would it say if it was normally distributed? It would say something like a test. It wouldn't say an easy test and it wouldn't say a difficult test. It would just say a test. All right? Assume that a set of test scores is normally distributed. Okay, when you see this, they either want you to draw a picture of the normal curve, or they want you to use the empirical rule, or they want you to do a z-score. Okay, write down those three things because this is a test question. I love that pimento cheese. I buy it all the time. Buy
Did you
low.
get it at Sam's?
Buy low.
You should get that. This is Sam's is $6.99 for this.
I don't use Sam's because I have to go into town.
You're in town right now, Hubert. You gotta.
No, I'm not.
Here.
No, I'm not. I'm about 3 minutes from the house. I'm not in town. I go in town and I get irritated.
So they want us to determine the z-score, right?
No, I said they want you to draw a picture, they want you to use the empirical rule, or they want you to do a z-score. And what does it say use? The empirical rule. I'm sorry, the 68, 95, 99.7 rule. So they want you to draw it out. Now I'm going to attempt to do this. I have found out Oh, I meant to do something different. I meant to do today's class just with Skype and not with Polycom. Dang it. Okay, I'll do it Thursday. The only difference without Polycom, you won't be able to see both screens. I was going to try something and see if it, because I found out that when I use the pen and the whiteboard without Polycom, it works a whole lot better. So I'm thinking there's something up with Polycom, with the interaction between Polycom and something happened to my stylus. Somebody stole it.
Oh no.
It's not here. I have to use my backup. Can't have nothing. People steal stuff. There it is. They put it under the keyboard. They need a lot.
It wasn't a snake.
Huh?
What?
No, somebody put it under the keyboard. They don't want it out. Anyway.
That's dramatic.
Bless it.
All right, so draw. There's your normal curve. What happened to the Easley campus? Oh my. Meredith and Zach, y'all look rough.
You do too.
You look
Well,
like y'all got a hangover or something.
We can see you good on one screen, but
It's all kinds of crazy. So.
Yeah, it looks like y'all are like 5 different people. It looks like that commercial. Y'all ever seen that commercial where
I
the
think
people are...
you sound hungover.
Y'all ever seen that commercial where the guy is in the office and the woman that's supposed to be pretty, half her face drops, and y'all ever seen that commercial? I guess not. All right, let's do this. Zach, I'm going to take y'all out and bring y'all back in, okay?
Okay.
Let's try that. That. Uh-oh. We lost them. Oh, they came back on. They should be coming back on now. Well, try it again. Well, they'll get on eventually. There they are. Okay, here's your normal distribution. And the mean is 80. And the standard deviation is 20, so this would be 100. And this would be 120. If y'all could, Easley Campus, turn your mic on mute, and Ashley, turn your mic on mute. Mute. Please, I'm going to try something. Everybody's on mute? Okay. No, somebody. Miss Robinson? Okay, thank you. Let me see if this works. No. It works better. 60 and... Yeah, it works better. I think it's Polycom. Okay, now that takes care of this right here. Okay, now you got to deal with this. To find the following quantities. The percentage of scores less than 80 is how much?
34.
Now remember the gas tank. Okay, y'all can speak now. So if you know the answer, how many is less than 80%?
50%.
50%, because remember the gas tank. This is 0. This is 0. This is around a quarter. This is half. This is around 3/4. And this is full. Okay, now you can also check that by the empirical rule. This is 2.5. I'm just going to circle it. I'm not going to try to write 2.5 because this is 13.5 and this is 34. So if you add up 34, 13.5, and 2.5, you get 50%. That's how you use the empirical rule. All right, so you put 50%. 50%. I'm trying to use this thing, and it's just not cooperating. Let's try it one more time. So much easier with the Epson. There we go, 50%, and it's going to ask you another one. I think this is a 3-part question. I think it asks 3 things. Okay, somebody tell me the percent of scores greater than 100.
Greater than 100 would be 25%.
Well,
no.
This right here is 13.5, and this is 2.5, which is 16%.
16%, so 84%.
You had the right thinking. The reason I tell y'all to read it like the reason I tell y'all that is because if you ever get something less than the mean or more than the mean, you know automatically it's 50%. You don't have to think too much. I put the quarter there and the 3/4 there. It's not really, 3/4 is about right here and a quarter is about right here. So it's a little bit off. And the percent of scores between 40 and 100. Between 40 and 100. Well, that'd be 34 plus 34 is what?
68.
68 plus 13.5?
81.5.
81.5. Good. And that is a test question. That's how you use the empirical rule. Next question. All right, let's see what this one's asking. All right, I'm going to let y'all do this one.
You done? This one?
I haven't done this one yet. Yeah.
Shh, what are y'all whispering about? Y'all go whisper.
Nothing. It has nothing to do with the fact that we haven't done this homework yet.
Oh, y'all stuck. Well, look at it this way. I'm doing your homework for you.
There you go. So.
can't bring it in on transparency. Shoot.
What did we say? 2.5, 2.5, 13.5.
34, 13.5, and 2.5.
97.5.
Okay, well, let's draw it out and see. Let's see if Zach is correct. If he's not, we're going to throw him out of the class.
I got 90, he said 97.5.
97.5, yep.
Yeah.
See what it does. It does that every time there's a noise.
Correct, sir. Yes, I think so.
All right, so the mean is 105. And the standard deviation is 15, so that'd be 120. And 135. And on this side, 105 minus 15 is what? 90? 95? I don't know. What is it?
90
90?
and 75.
Thank you. All right, so it says percentage of scores greater than 75. Well, you are correct. It would be 100. Remember, right-hand side. Oh, forget this. Right-hand side is equal to 1 minus the left-hand side. Now, how do you know it says right-hand side? Because it says what? Greater than, more than. Anytime you see greater than or more than, it's going to be the right-hand side. Now, what that means is, I'll take my handy-dandy. Let's see, I was going to use a highlighter. You can tell me what this is.
Which one?
Right there.
What? Oh.
That's 2.5%. Okay? But it's not asking you for the left-hand side. It's asking you for this side. Greater than 75. It says greater than 75. So to find this side, you subtract 1 minus 2.5%. And that's going to give you whatever y'all said, 97.5%. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did 100 minus 2.5.
Yeah, you could do that too. 97.5. And you feel good about yourself. They want you to, right here, sorry, I messed up. What does that say right there?
The standard score.
And standard score means what? I'm not used to that.
Z-score.
The score. They put Z-score. Everybody know what's going on. Z-score. Sorry, you have to change these to Z-score. Sorry. So we just did another empirical rule. Now we're going to do a Z-score. So let's do a Z-score. Sorry about that. So that means you got to change. It says 105 and 15. So draw this out, and it says change 75 into a Z-score. So that's this one right here. So it'd be 75. Let me just do this. It'd be easier. So Z of 75 is equal to 75 minus what? 105 divided by what? Let me put that in parentheses. Divided by the standard deviation is what? 15. So that means that the z-score at 75% or 75 score, whatever, is equal to negative what? 30?
-2?
Looks like it'd be negative 30.
Oh, yeah.
Divided by 15. So the z-score at 75 is equal to negative what? Now we have to go to our handy dandy calculator or handy dandy
30.
table. Okay, highlight this number right here for your notes. This number right here, right there, that's what you have to find z-score for. Let me go ahead and, I'm sorry. Number right here is what you got to find the z-score for. Right there. And the reason you have to find the the standard score, I didn't even look at that. If it said z-score, I would have known it right off the bat. That means z-score. Remember, when I told you, if they give you the mean and the standard deviation, what's one of three things? You either got to draw the picture, you got to use the empirical rule, or you're going to use the z-score. Just remember that name right there means z-score because this book is stupid. All right, so instead of 75, this is a -2. So this arrowhead down here, what is this arrowhead called down here from your number line?
Infinity.
Negative infinity. This one's called negative infinity. And I told y'all for your calculator, what do you use for negative infinity? 999. All right. So we're going to go from negative in your calculator, negative 999, which is infinity. Oh, I'm sorry. It says greater than. Sorry, greater than. So we're going to go from -2 to what? Positive infinity, because it was greater than. And positive infinity is 999. So take your calculators, which I don't have one, and you go to second bars. Those of you who have a calculator, second bars, and then I think it's number 2, isn't it? It's normal CDF.
Yes.
And type in -2, comma, 999. What does it come out to be? It's going to be close to 97.5, but it's going to be a little bit off.
0.97724. Blah, 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 blah.
Hold on a second. 97.24. Now it says round to 2 decimal places. Is 97.24 correct? 0.9724, is that correct?
0.97, or it's 97.72. There's extra 7.
Okay,
there's
I forgot
7.
one. Okay. So it's 9772?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's if you use a calculator. Now, what if you don't have a calculator? Well, you click on this. All right, now this is only left-hand side. See, what does it say right here? Cumulative values from the what? Left. So this is where you have to use the right-hand side rule. So what is negative 2? Negative 2 is 2.28. So somebody take your regular calculator and take 100 minus 2.28. Tell me what you get.
$97.72.
You get the same answer. Okay? Now that's the difference between using the empirical rule and using your z-score. The z-score is going to be more detailed. It's going to be down to the hundredth. All right? It's like using a yardstick versus a distance meter. Okay? A yardstick you can only, do so much with. A distance meter is like to the 10,000th of an inch. Okay? So it's a little bit more detailed. So that's the answer. So you hit check answer, and that's it.
And you feel good about yourself.
You feel good about
quick
yourself.
question.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I have a quick question. So when we do the look on the calculator, when we do second vars, what's the difference between normal PDF and normal CDF?
PDF is going to be later on in the book. We don't even
Okay.
cover that in 103.
Okay.
Normal PDF is for a prediction. That's for later on.
Okay, so we always
Don't use
just use the
CDF.
first
Always use CDF.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
And to find the other, now the next question is probably going to give you an area, and you got to find a z-score, and that's the inverse norm. That's the next one. Okay? So let's go to the next question. A score on a psychology exam are normally distributed with a mean of 70 and a standard deviation of 9. A failing grade on the exam was anything 2 or more standard deviations below the mean. What was the cutoff for the failing score? This is where we're going to use Oz plus mu. All right? First of all, you need to draw a picture. Always draw a picture on these because you don't know what's going on until you draw a picture. Okay, it'll take me about 15 minutes to draw a picture, but y'all, it won't take as long. Okay, now it's not even working.
You finger?
It won't work either way. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Just use a straight line. It's about impossible to draw a straight line with a mouse. Can't work in this environment. The reason you have to draw a picture on this is because the question actually has several pieces, not parts. It has several pieces. Okay, the first thing is you got to draw it. Now the second thing is you got to do the actual numbers. Now, we know that 70 with a standard deviation of 9. So 70 is in the middle. So that means this will be what? 61? Mm-hmm. And 61 minus 9 is what?
52.
52. 61. There's more than one way to skin a cat. 70. 70 plus 9 is 79. 79 plus 9 is what? 88. All right, so there's your scores, and everything's fine and dandy. You can cross out the first part right here, so you can take your handy dandy straight line maker. Since you can't draw on your notes, you can mark that out. A failing grade on the exam was anything 2 or more standard deviations below the mean. So a failing grade 1, 2 would be where? Below 52.
50.
All right, that pretty much takes this out. What was the cutoff for the failing score? Approximately what percentage of the students failed? Well, the cutoff score is 52.
Well,
So you put 52 right here. It's a two-part question. Now, approximately how many percent of the students failed? This is where you use your inverse norm. Well, no you don't. You use your handy-dandy calculator or do your table. Because what's it asking for? And percentage, area, and probability are all the what? Same thing. It's the area under the curve. So somebody take your calculator and type in normal CDF, and what would it be? Negative 9999 to what?
52.
Negative 2. The calculator only reads z-scores. You can't put in a 52. And what do you get? Isn't it 2.28? Or what is it?
Negative infinity. What?
To negative 2. This is 0.
Okay, I see.
The z-scores. You got to have the z-scores in your head when you're doing. This is 0. This is negative 1. This is negative 2. So 52 is at negative 2. So somebody tell me what you get at negative 9999, comma, negative 2. That means I want y'all to interact with me. I want y'all to answer the question.
I got 0.02275, blah, blah, blah.
To 2.28%.
Yes.
So how many people failed the class? 2.28%. Check answer. There it is. That's how you do that question.
So you have to have a calculator for that question?
No, you remember I told you to go to Triola or go to this book. You should have a copy of the table in your book somewhere. Do you have a book, Miss Robinson, or who has that?
Me, I use the ebook thing.
Okay, the ebook should have one in there also. Let's look for it. Let's go find it. Hit the ebook. Oh, let's see, where is it? Chapter contents. Well, the 120 book has it. This book, I don't know.
I could just Google one, couldn't I?
Yeah, or you can go to chapter 6. It might have it in chapter 6. Let's look and see. I think I saw a page with part of one. I don't know if it's part of one or the whole thing. I don't know. That's what I'm going to look and see. I'm waiting on my computer. I'm sorry. All right, let me get out of this. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, y'all look down at the bottom. Index of applications and index. You might see it in there. You might see a table in there, but I'm going to go to chapter 6 and I'm going to pull it down and let's see what we get. I think I saw a glimpse of one. There it is. Page 390. That's it.
Thank you.
You need to print that page out and use that if you don't have a calculator that does it.
My calculator's not giving me the same answer.
How far is it off?
I don't know.
Let's see. Is it giving you
That's why I said
0.22?
Because it's like the answer I'm getting is off.
Okay, hold on. Let me fix your. Let me go with float. And second bars, normal CDF, negative 0.9 or negative 9999, comma, negative 2, close parentheses, enter. There it is. You had the decimals counting to the third decimal place.
So how did you get 2.28?
Well, you want it in percent. See, the question asks for percent. That's a decimal.
Gotcha. See.
Okay. Now, most of your Math 120 books will ask you for a decimal.
Okay.
This book is retarded, so it's going to ask you for a percent.
Gotcha.
Okay? I hate to be blunt, but I despise this book. Okay, back to where we were. Homework. Where's the homework? Let me go back to here. Homework. Does that help, Miss Robinson?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on this.
Okay. I forgot which one we were on, but it'll tell us as soon as it gets there. Well, I hit it. There. Okay, we were on number 6. This one, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is convert it to a z-score. Okay, easily. Where you is?
It's right here. You see us? You hear us?
Okay, all right. What happened was the microphone disengaged. Okay,
Oh.
you good. So y'all gonna have to sing and dance every 5 minutes. So
Okay.
everybody sing and dance every 5 minutes so the computer won't lock you out. All right, a set of data is normally distributed with a mean of 60 and a standard deviation. If it just says convert to a z-score, you don't have to draw a picture. All you have to do is plug it into the formula. And what is the formula? X minus X bar over standard deviation. So, since I can't draw, I'll do it this way. So, Z of 60 is equal to 60, which is X, minus, what is our mean?
60.
60. I think y'all can figure out this one. Over 8. Does it matter what the standard deviation is?
No.
No, because it's going to give you a score of what?
0.
0. So that's your answer. If it's just asking for the z-score and they just give you the mean and standard deviation, all you have to do is just plug it into the formula. So you have to be familiar with the formula. You either have to write it down before you take the test or have it while you're taking the test or memorize it. One of the two. Check answer. And we feel good about ourselves. So we don't have to put smokestacks on our pickup truck. Next question. Find the standard score and use the table below to find the percentile of the data value 2.4 standard deviations below the mean. Draw a picture. Okay? 2.4 standard deviations. So that means it is below the mean. 2.4 is between 2.0 and 3.0. So I'm going to take my handy dandy straight line maker. Well, let me get rid of this. There we go. All right. Draw a picture. See why I told y'all to copy and paste those bell curves? This is a pain drawing this every single time. Well, y'all get the point. I mean, I'm reduced to having to draw with a mouse, so y'all just bear with me. This is 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is -1. And this is -2. And this is -3. All right, so 2.4, I'm just going to put a dot because I can't draw with the mouse very well. So -2.4 is going to be right in there. Now, they're saying find the standard score and use the table below to find the percentile. So percentile, percentage, area, and probability are all area under the curve. So 2.4, they're wanting you to find the area, table below to find the percentile. So what area is represented?
Why are we in the negatives?
Huh?
Why are we in the negatives?
Because it says below the mean. Below the mean. Here's the mean right here.
And the 2.4 came from?
2.4 below the mean right here.
The 2.4 is positive.
No, it says below the what?
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Never mind. Sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're going to fail. All right.
Yeah, probably.
So -2.4, 2.4. Find 2.4. Boop. There it is. -2.4. 0.82. Now that's 0.82%. That's very small. Okay? So 0.84. So write that down. This red area right here is 0.84%. So this red area represents 0.84%. So that's not even what?
1%.
It's not even 1%, exactly. Okay, now go over here and they're going to try to confuse you. So you need to make a note of this because this is a test question.
Is it 0.82 or 0.84?
I thought
Whatever
it
it
was
said, 0.82. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. See if I can fix it. There you go, 0.82%. Now the questions they're going to ask you, they're going to ask you 3 questions. The first one is the standard score. Now the standard score, think of it as distance. What's the distance between 0 and -2.4?
-2.4?
2.4. Distance can never be what?
Negative.
Negative. They're asking you, okay, I've got them backwards. This is the z-score. They're going to ask you the distance, or that might be the 120. Yeah. Okay, the standard score corresponds to the percentile of 0.82%. Now you don't put percent because what does it have in front of it?
This.
No, the word
Percentile.
percentile. So now if it asked you, if it asked you for a little percent sign out here, then you would put 0.82, and then it would. So either they're going to ask you for a percentile or they're going to ask you for a percent. The same thing. It's 0.82, and you hit enter, and it should be correct. The reason I had this confused, in the 120, it asks you 3 questions. And the first question is distance. The distance would be 2.4. Okay? So you don't have to worry about that with this book. If you get confused with a z-score problem, all you have to do is draw a picture. Most of the time, if you draw a picture, it will help you understand what the question is asking. Next question. So we didn't go to the next question automatically? Okay, it's not. All right, y'all try this one. This is z-scores. They're asking you for z-scores. Use the accompanying table. When they say that, that means it's going to have something to do with z-scores. And their percentiles under the normal distribution to find the approximate standard score for the following data values. Then state the approximate number of standard deviations that the value lies above or below the mean. Okay, this is the one that asks the distance. I knew there was a question in there that asked the distance. So draw a picture. Easley Campus, y'all still with us? Meredith, Zach?
Said there was restarting.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was old or not. I just saw that. Okay, Meredith and Zach, if y'all don't want to be a part of the class, y'all just go ahead and turn your computer off. Y'all don't have to make it act like it's doing it erratically.
Bye.
Okay, so I can't draw a picture. I've tried to draw. My pen evidently has decided not to work anymore. So I'll just do the best I can. This would be so much easier. Okay, what happened?
Did you draw that? That's pretty good, Humor.
No, I'm using a straight line maker.
My handy dandy.
Yep. Easley Campus has joined us. Let me make sure. Let me take them, bring them back in. Bless their hearts. They're trying.
Put Ashley drinking her coffee.
I don't see how y'all drink that stuff. I've tried and I've tried.
I don't know how you don't drink it.
I can't. All I taste is hot water.
Florida.
I can only taste hot water, no matter what I put in it. Now, if I put hazelnut in it, I taste hazelnut in hot water. I just don't have the taste for it.
The coffee that they have at our hotel is like water. It's terrible. But I put a lot of creamer in it, so it's kind of being okay for it.
Okay,
But
I'm still trying to get Easley. Easley came on and then they went off.
Hubert.
What?
I have to go.
This little thing.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Ashley?
I have to go.
Okay. Are you going to be back Wednesday, or y'all going partying Wednesday?
No, I'm gonna still Skype on Wednesday. We're going till Friday, but the Tuesday, Thursday class I can't
Okay.
Skype into because I'm not gonna be at a place where I'm gonna have my computer and Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's fine. Just
Okay.
I'll probably count you for one day, so I don't know. I just don't want you to get a bunch of emails.
Well,
So
what I was thinking was the stuff that we're doing in this class correlates with that class.
Yeah,
so
you're
I thought
fine.
It would be okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll be all right.
Tell her to FaceTime.
Okay.
You can maybe just, if you wanted to, just so I could count you here, you can put Skype on your phone.
Could I FaceTime somebody there because I don't have any?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just do Miss Grant.
Okay.
And if you
What's
do
her
that,
number?
I'll count you here. And that way you won't get those stupid emails.
So just FaceTime her for how long?
A minute.
Okay.
Just so
that's
I
fine.
can say that you were there.
Okay.
I appreciate you doing that, because that way I can say you present and you won't get those stupid emails.
That's fine. I might be in Disney World.
That's fine. Just don't be drunk or anything.
No, I'm
Oh
with
yeah,
my
you're with your grandparents. Yeah, that's right. All right.
Okay.
Be careful. Have a good time.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Get out of here. Okay. Hannah, you're not sick, are you?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Boy, you got better sound than Ashley does. Ashley, I had to turn her up. You must have a microphone or something, or a better microphone.
Out anyway, so that's good.
Oh, yeah.
This out, but I may not full screen it.
Yeah.
Seems like right when we full screened the video last time, it froze again.
It's all right. I know what's happening. Zach is turning it off. Zach don't want to. They want to leave. Is what it is. They're making it look like the computer's messing up. I know what they're doing. All right.
It's been a setup. There's no problem.
That's it.
And what
They
about
got
this
it figured
panoramic?
out. They
What
do
if I
it-
leave that down?
They figure if they do it enough times that I'll say just go on home. That's what they're thinking.
Is that okay?
All
The
right.
size those are.
That's
I
fine.
know that's not as big either, but
Yeah.
That's no worries.
all right, I'll be right there if it happens again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this says use the accompanying table, standard score, and their percentiles under the normal distribution. First of all, does it give us a mean and a standard deviation?
No.
No. So at this point, you're saying to yourself, well, I can't do the problem. Well, what they're asking you for is they're asking you 60th percentile. This is where you have to read your fuel gauge. Where is 50%?
I mean,
Right here. So 60% would be what?
In between there somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, so common sense tells you that your z-score is going to be between 1 and what?
Zero.
Between 0 and what? 1. So it's going to be between 0 and 1. Okay, so you take your handy dandy calculator and you hit inverse norm, and then you type in 0.60003 and hit enter and tell me what it says.
0.253.
0.253. Is that what y'all got?
What? One more time. What were those steps?
Second bars, inverse norm, and then type in 0.6000. That's 60%.
Okay.
And hit enter. And what do you get?
0.253.
0.2530. You need to write 4 digits. 0.2530. That's your z-score. All right, now, does that make sense? Yes, you just said it's between 0 and what? 1. All right, now, if you don't have a calculator, you go to your handy dandy table that they supply to you. Now we're looking for 60 what? Percent. 0.6. So you go down until you find 60%. Okay, which is closer to $60? 59.87, $59.87, or $61.79.
59.87.
So there's your answer, 0.25. Now, will the homework and the test put in a tolerance for 0.25 and 0.253? Yes. Or they will ask you just to round to the 2 decimal places. Look what they said do. Round to 2 decimal places. Oh my gosh, it's 0.25. And you feel good about yourself. So you don't have to put on too much makeup and look like a Oompa Loompa.
Why are you talking about?
All right, the 60th percentile lies approximately 0.25 standard deviations above the mean or below the mean?
Above.
Above, because it is positive. And you feel good about yourself. Okay, now you do the 90th percentile. 90th percentile, where's 90 going to fall? I'm going to take my handy dandy green highlighter, and this is common sense. Read your field gauge. Where is 90% going to fall?
Close to the.
Somewhere right in here.
Yeah.
Okay, 90% is going to fall somewhere right in here because this is full. So 90% is going to fall right in there. It's going to be between 1 and 2. So somebody take your handy dandy calculator and do inverse norm, 0.9000, and you should get
1.28.
1.28. Is that between 1 and 2? Yes. So it's 1.28. Go to your handy dandy guide table and look for the closest thing to $90. I say 90 because if you think in terms of money, it'll be easier to you.
90.32.
What's closer? $90.32 or $91.92 or $88.49?
90.32.
And that's 1.3. And so your answer is 1.3.
Now put that in, see if it blows you.
What?
Put that in the answer.
Yeah. And you feel good about yourself so you don't have to put $1,000 tires on a $100 car. And that's 1.3 standard deviations above or below the mean?
Above.
Okay, 54th percentile. Is that going to be above the mean or below the mean?
Above.
Above, because the mean is at 50%. So y'all do that one. And I'll put that one in red highlighter. %, is just going to be right past 50%. So it's going to be a decimal also, like less than 0.25. So you take your handy dandy calculator. I'm going to use the table. I'm going to look for, I got 54%. Oh, also, Miss Robinson, if you go to your homework and you click on the icon right here, you can print this out.
Okay.
Okay? So
Yeah,
look for 50. Go ahead, what?
Because on the book, I think I was gonna have trouble like copying and pasting it.
Okay. Well, this is where you print it out right here, and they'll probably print it out on a full sheet. 54%. Well, you won't find $54. So you go up a little bit, and there is $53.98 and $55. Well, you know $53.98 is it, so that's 0.10. So I'm going to put 0.10. Well, I thought I was. Not working. And check. And you feel good about yourself. So you don't have to wear sunglasses indoors. 0.10. It's not working. And above the mean. All these were positive, so they're all above the mean. There we go. And that's that question. That is a good test question. So you'll see that again. I think we're done with the homework. I think I just did y'all's homework.
It's different numbers though, so.
Yeah, I know, it's different
Yeah,
numbers.
they give you different numbers.
It's the same concept, so.
The whole point
it
is
helps.
I helped y'all out. Y'all supposed to say
Right.
thank y'all. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. So who's got questions on this? Okay. Now what y'all need to do, this is the homework for y'all. Y'all need to go home and work on all the homework. It's all open. And you need to send me questions that you don't understand. Because if I don't have anything Wednesday from y'all, question-wise, I'm going to go ahead and review the test and sign it. But if you have questions, you send them to me by Ask My Instructor. And that way, Wednesday, I'll have a list of questions to go over before we review the test. But if you don't send me any questions, I'm going to assume that you what?
You got it.
Know it. And then I'm going to go review the test and sign the test and end the homework. So between now and Wednesday, y'all need to be working on the homework. Question. Right. Complaint. Everybody feel good about themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I did talk about my makeup.
Oh, now? Not a Oompa Loompa. Oompa Loompas are those people with the orange face and white neck. You ever seen them? They got an orange face, and then around the chin it turns white, chin line, and then they rank. They're the kind of people that take the dang old key to your truck. Dang old crazy. All right. Now, I'm going to make sure that you all are counted here today. Well, I can do that. That's no problem. Anybody have any other questions? All right, I'm going to leave this on in case y'all want to stay and ask questions.